Hey guys, so I've got a customer's engine in here. It is a 5.9 common rail, but this is something that I've seen a few times. The engine that he brought in is basically junk. You know, we can reuse the block with sleeving it. The head is no good because it's cracked. Yeah, anyways, something that I wanted to show. This is actually going to be a two-part video, so I'm going to show this part and then I'm going to show the whole engine, what not to do. And this one is to do with using 5.9 and 6.7 parts together. Okay, so what I wanted to show, this is a 5.9 cylinder head. This is the head that's on this truck, and they've used a 6.7 head gasket. The reason they've done that, it is actually common. I've seen lots of guys do it, and you can do it, you just have to know how. And for some reason, whoever put this together did not know how, which is kind of weird. But anyways, the reason that they use it is because the firing is perfectly round on a 6.7, and on the 5.9 is not perfectly round. I'll show you when I grab the 5.9 head gasket. Now, if you look at this head gasket on this head, the biggest difference is right here where your oil comes up. Now, I've had this problem a couple times. Once was a head gasket that was supposed to be the right head gasket and it was not. You used to be able to buy a conversion gasket for this, and you are no longer able to do so. So, because I don't need to mark all those. So you can see in the head gasket, this is the oil hole, goes up to your rocker. This oil hole goes up to your rocker. And in the head gasket, you can see hole, right? Now, go over to a 6.7 head. Here's a 6.7 head. It is in the same spot, right? You know, you can see that right there, right? I don't want to mark this one because it's surfaced. But you can see the hole lines up. So the issue is, if you put this on a 5.9 block, I just want to make sure you guys are in focus here. Now, if you look at the block here, inside this area right here, where there should be an oil hole, there's no oil hole. It is not in that space. Now, what guys rely on is the head gasket does have an embossment on the head gasket. You can see the outline of it right there. And it will let a little tiny bit of oil go through there. Not sufficient enough, it will kill rockers, and it's not good for the head. Now, if you block, and the oil hole lines up. Because the 6.7 and 5.9s, so on the 5.9, the oil hole's right here. The 6.7 is over here. So, that being said, I had it uncovered to do this video, so that being said, you need to make sure that if you're doing this, you're going to use a 6.7 head gasket, which you can do. I have done. You can do it, but you have to make sure what you do is what I do anyway. So you can see where I've circled where the head gasket's open there. Now, if you ever plan on going back to a 5.9 gasket, I don't know if this would work or not, but most of the time if you're gonna set it up for a 6.7 gasket, you're not gonna go back. What I do is I take the die grinder with a burr bit on it. Actually, let's go down to this hole here. What I do is I go down and I open this hole up like that on an angle. So you just come in here like that and open this up. Do that on every one, and then you don't have oiling problems. Pretty fancy, actually. I don't know why, guys. I think it's because they look at the head and don't think of the block, but lack of oil turns into broken parts and pissed off people. So if you're doing that, if you're going to use a 6.7 head gasket with a 5.9 block, 6.7 head with a 5.9 block, make sure that your oil gallery holes line up. They don't have to line up. I shouldn't say line up, but they have that crossover in the head gasket. So basically, like I said, just the space. Just the space here, like in the head gasket. Don't go by the head, but in this here, right? Because of the, like I said, oh, actually, let me go grab the 5.9 gasket so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the 5.9 gasket. And you can see on the 5.9 gasket where it is. So if I just line these up, that's the issue. So anyways, the hole's not in the right spot. So if you're going to use, like I said, if you're going to use a 5.9 gasket or a 6.7 gasket on a 5.9 block, you need to change where your holes, like I just showed, you need to oblong the hole a little bit with a, but if you're doing that, the engine must be out and must be cleaned afterwards, because that hole goes directly down into the oil galleries. So you cannot do it while the engine is together. Now, if the engine is together and you don't want to take it back out, what you can do, which I have done as well, you can cut a chunk, well, you don't have to take the whole piece out, but you have to take a chunk of it out. You can take a chunk out of every one of those so that the oil hull lines up. It doesn't need to be completely uncovered. Half of it would be enough. But I always personally, if you're gonna, you know, in for a dime, in for a dollar, right? So if you're gonna do it, you might as well. So anyways, that's just a quick one on that. Just thought, I've seen this a few times. I'm not sure who does it. Maybe lots of guys have done it. But just thought I would show what it's all about. So if you guys are doing it, you don't run into the problem and you don't wreck a bunch of stuff. Anyways, like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments. Thanks to my Patreons, and catch us on the next one.